see my A? Look for my A.
Me know say fail your class and you probably go buy
There
one
you
A.
go. There.
Once you fail your class and you go buy one A cup for share up yourself.
That's exactly right. So you have to hide the thing, you know. You have to play the politics good, or else you're not going to get good marks at the end of your school. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I suppose you have to make proper declarations in order to get full marks.
Jesus Christ Almighty.
Well, full marks in a class, you have to declare properly. Yeah, no fancy maths around here. No new
I have
science.
mercy. Me tell you
How
something,
was
you
your week,
see.
Leo?
Hmm?
How was your week?
I've been all right. It's been I'm waiting
Then
for
why the
some
show name Leo
important.
Gillen Karaoke Show? We don't name no Leo Gillen
Me need to
Karaoke
change
Show.
that. Thank you so
So,
much, please and
we
peace.
not play no
Because
karaoke.
come on early, me change that. You don't understand why is it that uno won't come on the show
The name
a morning time.
Conversations. I don't understand.
It's,
You come and call it. Next thing people come and come and hear we sing and me know me can't
oh
sing
my
to save
God,
the show.
I don't even have one for the show. So let me the conversation live
Mm-hmm. Michelle,
conversation with
Diana, and Leo.
Diana, Leo, and Michelle, Diana,
Michelle
Michelle, and
and
Leo.
Leo.
Lord, all right. So add this one. Me make sure I say me spell your name correctly, you know, because
Two
then
N's, Dianna.
you see me that about. Hey, all right. So
Boy.
this is it.
Me have a whole pa story for read. Me I tell you, me never see stories so yet. Some of them funny, some of them not even funny. Um, and these are all in a Jamaica. Um, and then me see one video.
Jamaica
Me
is
tell
Jamaica.
everybody see
Jamaica always has the best. Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
But me see me have no own story up in up America there for me see Mr. Diddy gone spend time in another hotel.
God have mercy. The bad thing about it is that um, these things have been said a long time ago about Diddy,
Mm,
but for some reason, either
mm,
nobody now listen or the power is too strong. You know what I
mm,
mean? The
mm,
power is too strong, so therefore nobody not here. And
mm,
by the way, this morning, Diana, our
mm.
show is being aired on 5 different channels. Let me tell you what they are. There is, for the first time, we're streaming on Instagram. For the we're streaming on Jamaicans.com, YouTube, and another. I think we're on LinkedIn. So we're on 5 different channels this week. I'm so proud of us.
Catwalks. Yes. All right, so that's good news. So we should be able to probably get one or two other new people to join. Hopefully they'll see that we're here. But did people get notices?
They should get the notices. Yeah, let me see if there's people chatting. There should be people chatting already. There are people
Yes, I
chatting.
see. I see. One Lana come early. She said, "Good morning." Me
I
come
can't
up
believe it. Lana, they
early.
on the show so early in the morning.
She can't afford to miss nothing today. Yeah, because she know want she want to hear about the
Yeah,
fancy
so
man
why
stuff.
don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Since you're listening so early, Carlene and Juliet and Lana, who don't bring up the topic this morning? Tell me the topic that you want to talk about this morning, and we will talk about it. How is that?
I mean, I swear for me, but when you can raise the topic, but me not so sure. Oh my gosh, this is so fabulous. I'd like to read it on Facebook because there I can comment and I can respond, which is why I like to read it on Facebook. So I'm gonna
Diana,
look. Hmm?
what do you think about freedom of speech?
I think that freedom of speech is a concept that ought to be practiced. I don't know that in reality there is any such definition as freedom of anything. So freedom is oftentimes for me hard to define. Freedom of speech, there's no freedom of speech. I can speak freely in my house to my husband, but there might be a consequence. Yes, it's free speech. I can say what I want to say, but there are going to be consequences. And in the public domain, I'm not sure that there's anything about freedom
All
of
right, so
speech.
so freedom of speech only belongs to your house.
Yes, if you live alone.
Hey, alone. What about
Yeah,
your
because
husband?
no, because you gotta say something to him and he no like what you say it and you are say "Ah, you exercise your freedom of speech and a problem.
Oh, so he can beat you down too, right?
Well,
Inside.
anyway, yeah.
Oh, so
Mm.
freedom. So
There's a
freedom of
concept in my
speech
head.
is only inside your head, inside your house,
It's only in your head.
because you can't talk too much to yourself, Diana.
Yeah,
That
you can always talk to yourself. The problem is when you answer back.
is.
No, that's it.
Ah!
Oh gosh,
you
the
know,
problem
do
is
you,
when you answer back.
do you know what I'm having? I'm having coffee with lime,
Answer back. You having coffee with what?
with a dash of lime, no milk.
Oh, okay. So like you're having freedom of eating. Um, I'm going to take the messages as I see them. Good morning. We come to
Juliet
class
said,
early. Can't
we
afford to miss
finally found
anything
you.
today. Lorna, thank you so much for being here. Leo has offered that you all indicate what it is that you want to talk about today, and you pick the topic. Juliet says, "Good morning. I'm searching far and wide to find this show." Juliet, we start at 10 o'clock your time. We are search far and wide to find the show. We're
Juliet, that
here.
is
I didn't
absolutely
share it.
not true. Diana is talking. Okay, the reason you couldn't find the show is because we didn't start on time.
Oh, we never
Okay,
start on time.
we
We're
started
late.
3 minutes after 10. All
Leo, is
right.
your fault. Juliet, we apologize. Caroline Ann says, "Good morning, Team Jamaica." Morning, darling. Good to have you here. Jesse says, "Good morning, folks. Glad to see you all." Hey, Jesse, how's Mr. Smith doing? Juliet also finally found you on Jamaicans.com. Lana says, "All things Jamaica." She want to talk about all things Jamaica. Scandalous. She's scandalous, you know.
It's very,
She's
very scandalous.
in a trouble.
Lana is all. Lana, by the way, my pepper tree grew bore 7 peppers, and I picked two yesterday, and they made ripe.
Now, where
And
you
we
get
put
pepper
them on
from?
the chicken. We put
Where you
them
get
on the
pepper
chicken
tree
last night,
from?
and it tastes like Jamaican pepper. Okay. All
Oh my
right.
gosh.
So don't go showing off your pepper them on Facebook and go on like Uncle you alone can go.
Alana, you talk about our who?
June South is on and putting up her hand and say, "Hey, me there."
Leo, on your you don't have your name on. That is where you have the Leo Gillen karaoke show in
Oh,
your
thank you
name.
so much. But me
So they
change
type
everything
it
else
up
except that. All
nicely.
right.
But it is hi
I'll
June, you wake up, you're there England and I wake up early. We're glad to hear you. Or it's late now, it's what time? Um so guys, let me read what Leo, something happened down in your country. A thousand things we talk about. What a more than flower this morning. But let me start with where we did start with. I'm reading from the Jamaica Gleaner, Wednesday, September 18th. But I know really that me want to read. Yes, me want to read this one. It says NCB ATM in Duncan's Trelawney robbed. No. The Trelawney police are probing the robbery of a National Commercial Bank automated teller machine in Duncan's. But Michelle not here. I was reading this for Michelle, you know. Commander Superintendent Winston Milton told the Gleaner that investigations are yet to ascertain how much money was stolen. No, I find it hilarious. The police theorize that the robbery took place between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. The ATM is located at a supermarket. They theorize that this is what they say. They say they arrived at the scene. It was observed that the building which houses the machine was broken into and the vault containing the money removed. You never hear that?
The vault, the entire
Yeah,
vault.
the entire ATM vault gone. Because remember, it's a vault, you know, the money is
Well,
going to be
that's
sent
not
out.
very hard to do. All they need to do is to know how it hook up and then bring one record. And just bring one record and just wreck it out. That,
This is in a supermarket. This is in a building.
well, we don't know.
Exactly. You think the police still I try work it out. All right. Article number 2, Integrity Commission raises conflict of interest concern over wholeness and business partners who chairs UDC HAJ. Housing Association of Jamaica, I think is the HAJ. It says Jamaica's anti corruption body has flagged significant conflict of interest concerns over Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Norman Brown's private real estate dealings and Brown's chairmanship of two state agencies involved in the sector. Brown, who chairs both the Housing Agency of Jamaica (HAJ) and the Urban Development Corporation (UDC) agencies under Holness's ministerial portfolio, holds a share in Estate Bridge Development Company alongside Holness's family. Lord have mercy. The two entities manage billions of dollars in state assets. Quote, the similarity in the functions of HAJ and UDC and the relationship between Holness and Brown pose significant conflict of interest concerns, said Kevin Stevenson, Director of Investigations at the Integrity Commission. If this potential conflict of interest is not managed appropriately, it may be detritus to the public interest, means they're no good for it. However, the director said, notwithstanding the foregoing, no direct evidence was presented to suggest that there has been any impropriety occasioned by the referenced potential conflict of interest, he said. The remarks are part of the Commission's 171-page report on an investigation into Holness's income and asset declarations from 2019 to 2022. It noted that the Commission was unable to determine whether Holness should face prosecution for illicit enrichment because the Prime Minister refused to provide details on his personal expenses. Additionally, there are unresolved questions surrounding over $473 million worth of transactions involving companies connected to Holness. East Bridge Development Company, a key part of the investigation, lists Brown as a director and a shareholder alongside Holness's sister and one of his sons, the commission said. The commission highlighted that both the HAJ and UDC, you know, still there are me wanna
I
talk.
am listening to you intently, and I think everybody else is though is.
The commission highlighted that both the Housing Agency of Jamaica and the Urban Development Commission are involved in real estate, making Brown's dual roles in government and Eastridge problematic, especially since both agencies fall under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, led by Holness. Brown has chaired HAJ since 2016 and was appointed UDC chairman in 2024. Brown is the owner of Pembroke Trucking, a St. James based company involved in transportation, real estate development, and cement distribution. The company further revealed that Imperium Investments Holdings Limited, a company whole and solely owned by Holness, was previously the majority shareholder in Eastbridge. When Eastbridge was incorporated in 2020, Holness was a signature on the accounts and signed as one stage as its CEO. This is too long. I never know say so long.
But you're saying a lot, and you have said a lot, and
Yeah, we
you,
can stop it. So whole if
yeah. But
continue.
there's enough that we can have a little conversation on,
Yeah, me think
and
so.
and
Boy,
you
enough.
know, it says that they did not find anything that was criminal, but criminal that's incriminating, but
Well, they
but
didn't find anything that they could that is evidence of a conflict of interest. Um,
isn't conflict of interest just the look?
Potential. Yes.
Isn't
And
it
that
just
is
the
where
look?
I had a difficulty with that statement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That don't make any sense, right?
Yes.
because because just the mere fact that and I want to hear from the people then. It appears to me that just the fact that the prime minister is his friend, it's his business partner, and is chairing two government ministry. That is the conflict of interest already, right off the bat, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do any transaction to show that you're doing anything wrong or anything. Just the mere fact that you prevent that just by being, companies are refusing to hire wives and brothers and sisters of employees in their companies just because of that. There's so much that you can say because you make decisions that are favored in there, no matter what you say.
Mm-hmm.
When things come up, you are going to protect your family, and people don't want that. They want objectivity, right? Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yes. When I read the article, and they're saying that there's no evidence of it, but I don't think that anywhere in corporate Jamaica or anywhere in the states, when you're being hired, there is no evidence of a conflict of interest.
No, but
There
there's
is the
conflict of interest.
potential for the conflict of interest, which is why you refrain from it. So for me, it was almost like a double speaker, not
Yeah,
really.
it's a double talk. It's double talk.
The double
It's double
talk.
talk.
All right, let
But,
me
but
go on quickly again. Carlin says, Jesse says, okay, finally found you. Faith says, good morning. Oh my gosh, Faith is up early. Sandra Sterling says, good morning, loves, happy, feel good Saturday. Betsy and Leo starting it off right. God bless you. God bless you too, Sandy. Thanks for checking in as always. All right, Juliet, assure me, so she'll listen. Juliet says, there is conflict. Is there seen the prime minister and he need to be careful, I suppose is what she's saying.
yeah,
Um, no,
yeah,
something
yeah.
wrong. I
I
share the
mean,
article.
because it, once you have a friend and a family
Hmm.
in that kind of relationship,
Hmm.
you favor it.
Hmm.
No matter what you do,
And it's not just an ordinary friend. It's,
it's a
it's, it's a
natural thing,
business partner.
right?
You
It's a
have a
business
common
partner and
interest
friend.
because I don't mind my friend and giving my friend a little business if it is possible. But if it's my business partner, then I benefit in one way or the other,
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes, yes,
And that
yes.
is where the
So
conflict comes
it's
in.
unfair. It's no, sorry. It, that comment in the article was the only thing that I had a problem with because if you've been reading all week, if you've been reading about Jamaica all week, this has been the topic of discussion all week. Yes,
Mm.
one of the things that they were saying was that the prime minister knew that he was being investigated and never told the general public. That's what is being said. And then I also noted that the prime minister sent out notification that he will uh, take you to the court if you say the wrong things about him or something like that in public space. And the problem that I have with that is that once you're a public figure,
Where is
right?
Michelle? Wait, Michelle, what happened to you? Where are you?
I don't know, she's not here yet, but
Oh,
um, once you're a public figure, an elected public figure, not just an appointed public figure, but an elected public figure, it means that you are now open for scrutiny, for criticism, for critique, for all kinds of things, that manner of things that you are not accustomed to as a regular citizen. That's just the way life is. You become open, and people are going to give their opinion. Once you start saying, "Oh boy, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to take you to court," and then you just got rid of the responsibility that you have as a public elected public official, and so I don't know how that will turn out at all. I'm not so sure if that was a good decision because it went across not just the PNP but just to everybody that's speaking in the public space, and that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to fathom.
well, following on that note, there's an article in September 21st where the PMP says lawsuit threats will not stop us. JLP, see you in court. That's as at September 21st, and it says the opposition People's National Party has scoffed at the announcement by Prime Minister Andrew Holness that has instructed his attorneys to file action against senior members of the party who he said defamed him at a mid-morning news conference on Thursday. In response, on Friday, a defiant PMP's legal advisor, attorney at law Anthony Hilton, indicated that the opposition would not be silenced by the threats of lawsuits. The People's National Party quote will continue to promote and defend the rights of the Jamaican people for good governance, transparency, and probity in public life.
Yeah.
The threat of legal action would neither deter nor distract from that mission, said Hilton.
Yeah, and I say this, Diana.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that just the argument that the prime minister would make about, sue,
Mm-hmm.
that can be frivolous. If you think about it, you're going to have to sue the entire Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
and the entire live streamers and the entire public radio and TV stations across it. You're going to do a whole heap of work to sue everybody because it can't just be one person or two person that you're going to sue. You better be careful, Diana, right? Because you're going to be sued. This is what I'm saying, that people are going to speak because they put you in office to be the leader of the country. And once you're the leader of the country, it's hard not to be, it's like saying you live in China and you can't speak about the government. You know what I mean? That don't make any sense. Because if you watch American politics and it's in democracy says that you have freedom, and that's why I ask you, what is freedom of speech? You have to do it responsibly, obviously. There's no doubt in my mind it has to be responsible. But I believe that once you are a public, once you're an elected official who's put in the office by the people, then they can turn around and say, no, you shouldn't say this, or we don't believe that you should do this. And it's hard to listen to a prime minister saying, hey, we're going to sue you.
And I look further in the article where a government senator Fitz Henley was saying something about that I'll quote. He says they will so we will not seek to debate pending litigation with Mr. Hilton in the public thing, but he continues to say that they will have to explain themselves to the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. They meaning the People's National Party. But it strikes me as almost hilarious and ironic that I'm looking at a picture in the Jamaica Observer of the news conference, and I see KD Knight, I see Mark Golding, and I see Donna Scott Motley. And I'm laughing because these are three attorneys. So I think they have no
Right,
problem
exactly.
going down
So,
to Supreme Court.
and,
Them sure not shivering in them boots
and I'm
like
sure
me.
that when they speak, or whomever it is that's speaking, that they are going to be speaking based on what is said by the Integrity Commission,
Mhm.
right? But then, if I read something about some facts about Diana Davis Smith,
Mhm.
then I have the right to form my opinion based on those facts that were released. So if they have line one and line two, and line one and line two has nothing in common, but but you can draw inferences. Why wouldn't I be drawing inferences? That's me. The ability for
Illogical.
me, you're taking away the ability for me to reason. I have to be able to reason, look at all the facts and say, hey, I am creating new information, opinion, or whatever based on the facts that are here and based on what the law is. Civil law, criminal law, all of that. I have to be able to make that kind of reasoning. And so that's why I say to myself that it has to be something frivolous because, the prime minister would have to go sue everybody across the world. You understand what I say?
Well, Leo, me not have no money for them for sue me, so me I careful.
So
That's
you
all me
you
I go
you hold
say.
your corner. You go hold your corner.
Yeah, hold my account and next thing me hide on the bed and go find me and all of that.
Take
Um,
some
Lorna says
comments.
the whole of the PM business. Juliet says there is your freedom of speech. Comes in open season. The whole of the PM public and professional life shows a conflict of interest. This even includes living at the same house as the speaker. Host, come on. Faith says, what an unfortunate situation. Jamaica is in turmoil. The PM's attorneys responded about the allegations that he lied to the people about knowing he was under investigation.
Okay,
Um,
Right.
so
so,
was there a lie? What was there a lie there, Diana?
yes, and I'm
Huh?
getting a feedback.
Huh?
And I also get a feedback too. Well, not anymore.
I don't understand.
How it gone? Okay.
I don't know why I'm not. All right.
Everything you mash up.
Yeah,
Everything you mash up.
I'm
You
gonna
mash
put
up
it back. I'm
everything.
putting it back. It's because I
Yes.
can't hear you quite clearly. I don't know why it seemed like I'm stretching to hear what you're saying. And I,
Turn up the speaker upon or turn up the hearing aid. Turn up some.
are you or me? Can me turn me buck the volume on the speaker.
My
Me buck,
microphones are on. People not hearing me good, or is Leo machine not work with him
what
now?
mic? It's a
Faith,
microphone.
are
Is
you hearing me?
huh? I am hearing you, but it's like a squeaky, squeaky
All right, let me check my
beanie,
audio
beanie
connection and
bird.
see
You
what
know.
is my audio
And,
connection.
and and maybe the people them can tell you whether or not they might hear you good because
Better now.
I don't know
I
why is
changed
it.
I changed my microphone.
So me buck.
So I'm speaking
Speak
now.
again.
Me can't help you no more, Yamas.
You can't help me now. Hey, when I hear Diana me clearly, which one on I hear clearer? Because me have to go compete and she can't sue this
Ooh.
morning. Okay? You
Well, the
can
better
hear
so
her,
now hear me
Lorraine?
properly. Mhm. I hear her. Thank you very much. Lorraine, how you do? How was your
All
week?
right, Lorraine, you can't hear me.
Yes, yes, you can hear. Faith so she can hear.
And Diana, you can't hear me clearly, right?
I mean, I hear you clear as day. Me probably I hear you too clear at about conflict
Uh,
of interest and they're gonna lock me up. Um
exactly. The more lock we up, me sure after we come out this. Where
anyway, let
you
me
at
enjoy.
there?
Let me enjoy.
Mr.
You say
Leo,
that
not touch anything, please.
eh?
I'm reading Juliet's comment. He said me not to
Eh.
touch nothing.
No touch on all the damn mash up this thing them. No touch nothing. Touch a
Yeah,
thing.
but
To
the,
honor
the,
clear. We are hearing you both. No touch nothing, please. Yes,
thank you.
can
The
hear.
point
Thank you
that
very much.
I'm making, Diana, is that
Eh.
when, as journalists, writers, social media personality, whatever it is that you are, you look at information.
Eh.
You look at information on all angles, and you have certain instruments that you use to come up with your own thoughts about life, about everything that happens in front of you, right? So if I'm reading um what's his name,
Prime
former
Minister.
President Donald Trump,
Mm-hmm.
I read an article and I disagree with the article.
Mm-hmm.
I can voice my disagreement in a responsible way
Mm-hmm.
about Donald Trump based on my experience with him, based on the Constitution, based on the laws of the land, based on a whole lot of different things. I can do that. And it's the same thing I can do with Biden and Kamala and everybody. And none of them is not trying to sue me for my comments. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of hard that I'm sitting here in the morning and defending my position on the PM because I am Jamaican too. And I think that I don't want to be afraid of being sued at all. I don't want to be afraid of being sued in the public space. You understand? All right, I mean, no say that. Me no say you don't want to say much, Diana.
No, I have no reservation in expressing myself. I have good attorneys.
Me
Um,
not have none.
me usually I forgot quotas for traffic ticket anyway, so we just go for another
Oh,
reason.
so you
But
fight the traffic ticket, right?
Yes, yes, I'm gonna fight the traffic ticket them and come out and so me come out and if they lock me up, we can't dinner for me. So I'm not afraid.
Read
Um
some comments because it's a hot topic, really.
yes, it's a hot topic. But let me say that I really appreciate how it operates in the developed countries, how things are so different, where you can truly, really and truly appreciate freedom of speech, and
Yes,
where it is also that there is not this kind of spitefulness. It's
yes.
as if there is spite. Is me, all when me know something wrong, double triple wrong, me still out for spite you because I have the power and I have the authority. And it really is tantamount to an abuse of power. And it's a power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And you don't seen it. You don't seen it. Um
That's why I always say, Diana, I always say, I've said it on this show before, that I'm glad I came to America because
yes.
it's where that freedom of expression can is in full use.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying
Exercised.
you exercise your
Yes.
freedom of expression, your freedom of speech, and,
Yes.
but responsibly, because you cannot be
Exactly.
irresponsible. And you
Exactly.
understand, it is important that I
Yes.
put that point about
Responsible.
responsible. You have to be
Yes.
responsible about the thing, because you can't just go up and say nasty things about people just
Yes.
because you
Yes.
have the space.
Yes.
But it is okay for you to look at the facts and make your own reasoning about the facts that you see. Go ahead.
Sandra says, hearing you both clearly, Leo. Turn
Right.
up your hearing aid. Lauren says, yes, Mr. Leo, touch nothing. Paulette Chamber says, good morning, Dr. Diana and Leo. Good morning, everyone. She's here. Paulette, why so late? Mark says, good morning. Oh, and Dr. Diana and King Leo. I love it. Mark is here too. Faith says, the attorney said PM did not know at the time. They said he knew. Me love how Leo said, Kamala. Kamala. No, no, I don't, Faith, and I can't take the nitpicking on rubbish. So you're saying that you didn't know. I asked you this question at on last week Friday. Faith, did you get a letter? You get the letter the next day, and you still don't come. You're still maintaining a posture that you don't know. So because somebody never asked you again, you don't think you. I don't know, and I don't want to get into it because I'm not no lawyer.
Here goes. Here goes. You know, Prime Minister have what I was looking for last night, and I just could not find it. It's nowhere on Google the actual wording of the oath of office, because the oath of office must say something about being truthful to the people of Jamaica, right? Your oath of office. And in America, your oath has to include being forthright and truthful to the
But
people of
Leo,
Jamaica.
common decency say you need to be truthful, period. No oath of
But it's
office no
written.
need to
The
call you or
important thing
hold
is
you
that
to
it's
be
written.
honest. It
Yeah.
say you must be honest.
So I get it where between, I'm looking at all the documents. I'm because boy, I don't know when was the last time I've read so much articles about Jamaica in 1 week, right? And so I'm looking, and it says in May, we look at between May and August 17th, Prime Minister did not know about him being investigated. So we bought that. But then after August, since August, there's been a lot of opportunities for him to say, last year, somebody asked me one question if I was being investigated, and we need to clear the air, right? Because, we don't want nobody to go say me, nay, say, right? So it's not like he's in court and the court says you can't you have gag you or you can't speak. You still had freedom, and I think most of the people who are saying that he had 1 year to come clean and say, hey, I am being investigated. Because the case has come up so many times over and over inside and outside of Parliament, and he had a responsibility. Now, in his mind, he's probably saying, oh, I'm a regular man. I'm a regular man, so I don't have to say what I need to say. But he's not a regular man. He was put into office to represent the people and has to be. to be truthful and honest about his relationship with the general public.
Okay. Karen Rose says, "Good morning, Leo and Diana. Enjoy your weekend, everyone." Karen, you gone? She's on YouTube. Paulette, she later and asked what's the topic. Me tell her, say freedom of speech. Juliet says, "Dishonesty has no place where he sits. He should have come clean." And I suppose support Juliet a lot on that. Dishonesty has no place within our society, and certainly not at the highest echelon of the society. This is the examples and that you set. Just like you set the example with the clocks, everybody go by clocks. You're setting an example in terms of a technicality. So there's a little technicality. So you're going to walk on and just tell everybody, oh, you're going to sue them because you have the power and the authority to do that. Come clean. The essence of it is that you are
The,
being investigated. You have not made your declarations. You have done them. You are asked whether or not who are these people. This thing just keep hanging over Jamaica. No people speculating left, right, and center. People are saying, Nigel look like he did smell the fish in gone. It probably don't have nothing to do with poor Nigel leaving, but it just opens up itself for all this holy speculation. Some of it a little bit
you know,
unnecessary. I don't know.
in terms of criminal law,
Mm-hmm.
I'm drawing an analogy here. If
Yes, a lawyer.
you become if you become aware of evidence on your friend, whether or not the police ask you, right? If you become aware of evidence that can incriminate your friend, whether or not the police ask you the question, do you have a responsibility to say to the police, this is so? If
No,
the
no, it
police
depends.
ask you one time,
Mm-hmm.
these are two different scenarios, right? If the police ask you one time before you knew what the evidence was that can incriminate your friend, are you supposed to tell the police? Those are two questions out there. Tell me, Diana, what do you think?
All right, let me make sure I understand. So the police asked me something about my friend, but me not have the information
Right,
at that time for me no know.
right.
But subsequent to that, me come into the knowledge of the information where the police was asking.
Yeah.
Me think me have a responsibility to go tell the police.
Okay, you
So
do.
it has come to my knowledge that
You do.
XYZ.
You
I
do.
mean, my friend probably will kill me, but
You do.
but yes, I do.
Yes,
Really?
you do. It's a lawful responsibility, and you can be locked up for it
Yes,
because you're holding evidence that
yes,
is key to
yeah.
solving a crime.
Oh my gosh. All right, Paulette is saying, "Where's Michelle?" I'm going to go downstairs and get my phone. I don't have my phone, so I can't send her a note to find
Well,
out where
yeah,
she is.
you call Michelle because she didn't say that she wasn't gonna come on,
Right, so I'm
and she had
concerned
been
that
having conversations with me all week. You know, all kind of
yes,
conversations.
but I wonder if she said something and them lock her up, and we might have to go look for
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Oh no, she in America. Them not going to lock her up.
Yeah.
Paulette Chambers said, okay, she says, when we were trying to find out. Mark Hay says, Nigel Clark seems like he could be a future prime minister of Jamaica. Well, we see what happened. Um,
I
Lover
mean,
Lorna says, once I see Starboy KD out there making statement, I say Andrew in deep trouble.
I,
Starboy.
I don't know what type of trouble he's into. I am just looking at what the facts are that have presented themselves. And it creates a situation where you have a legitimate right to speak on these things because, first of all, we have a responsibility to educate people. That's why we're here. We're not just talking and laughing. Whatever people hear us say, they're inclined to believe that what we're saying is true. And so, whatever we say, we have a responsibility to say the truth or to reason the information in a way that it can provide new information for other people. That's our responsibility. No, none other. All right. So we're not here banging on the prime minister. I would never want to do anything like that. But once the information comes out, you have to talk about it, or else you're not, why bother being on the show? So Michelle, come on. Okay.
Well, Michelle is here.
No, I'm just telling her
Oh,
to come on if Michelle is there.
um, I, I agree with you, Leo, that we have a responsibility to, but to share what is topical. But we're really reading things that are already recited in the public space. It's in the newspapers, and we just pick from them. We share our perspective, and we all talk about it in a responsible way. Um, and I enjoy the banter.
So let me ask you this. So let's say all this thing is going on, right? And we come on the air, knowing that we talk about every darn thing every week, right? And we mention nothing about the Integrity Commission, nothing about the Prime Minister, nothing about the FID, which is something else that we need that we can hear. What would the people think? They would think that we get gagged, no? Done.
I think so. Well, wuss. And I said it to the house. And I want them again to
Right.
wuss.
I mean that just don't make any sense. And knowing, as I said, I am so happy to be living in America where I can speak freely and speak. And some people are going to be upset because they're not going to like that I am talking about the stuff. But I don't know that I care if you're upset. I'm glad that you're upset because it means that
No,
I'm
and
saying
nobody,
something.
nobody not upset. We just sharing. Nobody,
Yeah,
if anybody
you
up
know.
there upset, they need to go find one other show to watch. That's a
All right.
different thing through. We don't have more time for that. We talk about all the issues on
Okay.
either side of the fence.
I am reasoning now based on
Freedom of movement and freedom.
all all that came out,
Mhm.
because it appears that the Integrity Commission gave the Prime Minister a lot of opportunity to submit documents and answer questions. Yeah, I mean, he obviously answered questions about all of his business thing, but in order for them to get to close the case and certify the Prime Minister, there are personal expenses and probably income that they did not see. And because they did not see, they can't close the circle, right? And it seems like appears that they have tried to close the circle on several occasions where they went to his office, or they called him in the office, or they wrote to him and asked him questions. And in fact, there's a document that shows that he said that he, on the word of his attorney, he probably will not answer those questions, or he's delaying the questions. I'm not so sure, but his attorneys are in the middle of this. No, I think that based on what I saw, the Integrity Commission has reached a point where they can't go any further with whatever information that the Prime Minister has provided. And they're turning it over now to a higher authority that probably will get, because now I think this FID has the
The authority, the
authority
power to
to,
investigate.
yeah, to further do investigation. And I'm not so sure if they can bring criminal charges, but if they can, that would be probably why the IC chose to go to a higher authority, which is I think that's fine, because if
Well,
in fact,
the law provides for it. Let us just put it
right,
that the law provides for it, and they're exercising the natural
right,
progression of progression.
right. And I
So the
saw where
people,
there's an
regardless
MOU
of
between the Integrity Commission and the FID
FID,
that allows
yes,
them to go do
yes.
there and so forth. So
And it's not just for the prime minister; it's for anybody who is being investigated under the Integrity Commission. I have to make declaration to, and a whole heap of us on this space or who listening have to make these declarations. And if them ask you a question, then you drop all that you're doing and you answer the questions, or you find the evidence that they need. You don't withhold it because the consequences can be dire.
what's up, Diana?
Faith says, when I
Why do
saw
you need an
KD, I
attorney to
said to
answer
myself,
questions?
when I saw KD, I said to myself, they're bringing out the big guns. Him not like the mendacious. Go on, Faith. Paulette says, can you tell me what happened? Paulette, I forgot read. Were you there under which rock? You know, she said Jamaica Integrity Commission play. Lorraine says, Dr. Diana, don't jeopardize your job or safety though. No, man. Me not no work. I forget to say. Me I look work. So I could have locked me up. When I get a little work and prison run to school. Mark here says, Dr. Diana, nothing to miss mud slinging. She debates, not cuss and carry on. Thank
Right.
you very much, Mark.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I appreciate it. But no, what you're saying, Leo?
Oh, yeah, ask me. You don't know something old. Oh, if you
You
go
forget.
remember me asked about 1 minute ago. That don't even make any sense. Diana.
Oh gosh, Leo had taking me gone. He forget he was that my godmother. Oh my gosh. They said, but what me did I say? Me did I say something to you, but it slipped my mind.
I go back in time now, go back in time, go find out exactly what I said to you a minute ago. You can't
uh,
ask me the kind of question. After me, they chat. You go ask me what me say
no,
1 minute
but
ago.
easy. Well, on the side of America, they Google, let me see what Kamala up to. Kamala and Oprah keeping big company. We see when lock up Diddy. Um,
And we can talk about Diddy.
Wait a little bit. Let me tell you now all the top things for me. I cover the whole world. Beirut, top Hezbollah commander killed in Israeli strike. Hell that no. UN rights chief claim say it should have not happened. Court rules that 98,000 Arizonians whose citizenship hadn't been confirmed can vote the full ballot. Trump not go like that. Um, court Trump
Why you
heads
banging
to
against
North
Trump?
Carolina as Mark Robinson campaign reels. I mean it reels. REELs. Um, who is Mark? Mark.
I saw
Oh,
that
Mark
man
is
this week. I
Mark.
never pay a
Mark
lot
is
of
the man
attention to him.
running for governor.
Yeah.
Okay, and him find himself in a spot of problem.
I can't comment on it because I don't remember exactly what the situation
Okay.
is. I saw his
All
name a
right.
couple of times, but I'm telling you that Jamaica captured my entire attention all week.
Yeah, man, Jamaica was a thing.
But
And then there's the
did it?
whole bullying thing in Jamaica. That was such a sad video. Anybody saw that video
I
of
saw that video.
those schoolboys having a fight?
So if you note that when that video came to play a few days ago, my comment was that Diana, this thing happened from me a boy. The
What?
difference now, yeah, these things happened when I was a boy. And
Uh-huh.
not to me now, but I've seen it happen. But my thing is, no, we have social media, right? And many of the
What
guys,
thing? What thing you talking about?
you know, just talk something about the bullying like a while
Oh,
ago.
the bullying.
Jesus,
Bullying.
no, man, something wrong with you. No. You can't just bring up the topic, and I am responding to it, and you ask me what me talk about. We're gonna think that. All right. So when I saw that bullying video, it's really hard to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to look at because I am now a grown man and know and has moved away from hostility and hostile environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
My growing up was hostile.
Mm-hmm.
Our boys are rough, were rough.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have seen that happen before,
Mm-hmm.
but it never going away. You might have find what would have gone happen later on. A couple of friends of the bullied kid later on would go and go lay weight and go fling
Yeah.
rock off of the boy, right?
Yes.
That is what would happen, and then the next day done.
Yes.
Nothing else happened, right? But today we're seeing it on social media, the video of the actual incident, which makes it bigger, broader, and parents are afraid of sending their students to school, their kids to
The
school.
children.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes bigger than it really is. It is a big thing, but no, because it's so widespread, it's like everybody pick me, I go get beaten up when I go to school. You understand?
Oh,
So
so you're saying that bullying is something that has existed all the days of our lives.
all the
It's
days
just
of our
that
life.
it coming to our attention now. But And I hear you, Leo, when you say that you'd have a little bullying and then they will lay with each other and them have a fight and it done.
Yes.
But what I observe and what I've been observing in recent years is more than just a little squabble.
Mhm.
When no boy is going to look at a smaller boy and beat him up, and when him drop kick him and all of that, with other boys bigger boys standing there. It would never happen in your days, and it would
Yeah,
never happen
man.
in my
Yeah,
days.
man. Yeah, man. Because if it's a it happened
Because
then.
them going to say unfair, the first thing them going to start shouting is
You
say
know my
unfair,
ideas?
unfair,
No, man.
unfair.
Because no, man. You know my ideas? No,
Yes,
man.
Leo. I
The
mean, I
big
like that school
boys.
the way you did going on.
Eh,
I
the
mean, I
big
like that school the
boys.
way you did go.
The big boys had it's like going to college and being ragged.
No, that's
It
different.
is the
I'm
same
talking
thing.
about a 12-year-old at primary school. No, everybody, Uno tell me, when Uno in a primary school at 12 years old, can you imagine one big boy in grade 12 beating and yes, I'm going to fight him. But when that little boy drop, can you imagine him kicking the boy and the other boys standing around him? Me must go one different school. They must did send me go to church instead of school. Because me can't fathom that anything like that would happen. And the bigger boys are not going to jump in and say unfair, unfair. I
No, sir.
remember them used to have a
To be
little
honest
saying
with
in school
you,
where say two against one a murder, two against one a murder, and you stop.
no, sir, I never hear that.
No,
And that's not my
nobody never
experience.
hear about that.
I
When
am listen.
somebody would
I
rush
am
into
not
it and say
saying
two
what
against one a
happened
murder,
on the
two against
video
one a
is
murder,
right.
and the fight done.
I'm not saying what happened on the video is right. Please do not go tell anybody. Say
No,
me
what
say
they're
it
saying to
right.
me is that you grew up in a space that was doing it, and I'm saying my Jamaica never did that.
Oh yeah, man. It
My Jamaica
happened.
never
It
did that.
happened big time. But the thing is, right now it's widespread, and right now
Let me
everybody feels
mash up
that
my desk.
it's because you personalize these things in the same on video, right? But it was happening. It's always happened. And okay, so here's the resolve, which I have a problem with now. The resolve is the police come into play and file charges against the guy, the student,
Against who? The 12-year-old
the
boy?
16-year-old, the 16-year-old.
Which 16?
How old is the bigger boy? The one who the bully?
Okay, so the bigger boy get charged.
Right. Right. So I am saying, yeah, yes, social media is fueling it. So I am saying the police have no call in a regular society to come in and lock up a boy in school. That just don't make no sense. To me, when that happened in school, you either get expulsion, you get suspension, you then send your guy this a man
Reform
or
school.
that the man and thing like that. What the hell is police doing inside the school come lock up student? That don't make any sense to me.
Leo, you're
Yeah.
living in a different Jamaica. No,
Okay.
let me tell you.
Yes.
You grew up on one side of Jamaica that I am happy I didn't grow up on, because I am happy that I grew up in a gentler part of the world called Clarendon. Because see, Faith knows, Faith says, two against one a murder, me know it too. Faith grew up in Clarendon, a much gentler side of the world. Yeah, so Faith said we need to talk about the pets, and I'm going to come back. Just remind me.
what
Let me
pet?
write it up. We will
What
talk
pet?
about it. You know have no pets, so you don't know. Um,
What pet?
the pet them that you know eating.
Oh
We
no
need to
no
talk
no no
about
no.
it. Lorna says, was Diddy selling oil? We don't know if it was either selling oil or buying oil or distributing oil. You come out of here. You're too scandalous. Juliet Rose says, bullying has been going on from I was
Yes
a
he was.
child.
Yes he
It's
was. Yes
new.
he was.
Sad situation. Yes, 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 Juliet, and I'm not saying that bullying hasn't been going on forever, you know. I'm just saying that it take on a different dispensation now. Um, Paulette says that's true, Dr. Diana. Yes, she know two against one a murder and the place was gentler. Juliet says social media is fueling it now. But and I want to take that on. Write it down, Leo. Why how is social media to be blamed for that it is fuel. Why is it driving it? What is
No,
what
no,
is
I
social
think
media
she's
driving?
understanding it
How
like I
social
do.
media drive it?
I think that just like I said, that people personalize it when they see it on video like that. They personalize it and they don't want to send their children to school. Or they're saying, I don't want this to happen. I saw a friend of mine, her immediate
No, but I
response.
get the feeling that Juliet is saying that it's social media that causing this whole heap of bullying.
No, no, man, no. That's
Okay,
not
just
what
be
she's saying. No,
sure.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no. She's saying that it's being circulated on social media and people are finding it difficult to cope with. That's it.
Juliet, you can clarify. June says, when I was in school, we didn't just have bystanders if there was fight. The older kids, including prefects, always stepped in to stop it. Exactly.
Una girl.
No, we're
I'm
clan and
telling
people.
you,
We're clan. Faith says,
boys have a different experience.
and we protected ourselves by declaring that we fa- declaring that we father a police and soldier, so the bullies stay far. This is from grade one. We,
I cannot recall. No, that's not true. When I was in primary school, I cannot recall too many incidents
yes.
of girls in fight in school. Probably one. I think I
Yes.
remember one. But she got expelled. Never see her again from primary
Yeah.
school.
She about to come back at school.
But I tell you this, that the world of boys in school is completely different from the world of girls. You are in a prefect world, the girls prefect would come and do this. But the boys, when we got it back at the school and do things, you have no clue that we're there doing things. And it's a totally different world. So I can't compare your experience as a girl
But we
student.
went to co-ed schools. We didn't go to all girls schools. We
No
went to
matter.
co-ed schools.
Girls don't get involved in boys' business. I'm telling you.
Oh no, just out of that indiscipline. You should have still a get lick. Um, the older kids. Okay, so Faith says that from grade you learn early on to say your father a soldier, your father a police, and all of these
Yes,
things, so that
that keep them off.
yes, so that the bullies stay far. This from grade one or two. She says we
Yes,
have a violent culture because
we
if
do.
at that grade you learn say you better say you have
You better.
soldier in a yard, then we
You
really
better.
need to have
It's
a
true.
violent
It's
culture.
absolutely true.
So how do we stem this violent culture? We go back to it. Lorna says Leo head knock. Police have to lock up bad boy that beat up liquor boy. Exactly. Yeah. May agree with you, Lana. Leo head knock. Police must go in the lock up it. Um June is agreed with Juliet that it's the social media fueling it, but I need explanation. June says the post attract a wider audience, so social media is a major contributor. Okay, so people seeking audience. Jesse says yes, I can remember older kids defend me. Exactly. Not that we never have no fight or no abuse. Paulette says I've seen boys trying to part fight in primary and high school.
Of
Exactly.
course.
I
Of
don't
course.
understand. There's this country just not as I don't know Jamaican as
You're
we've
right.
been cultured to
There's
be.
a bad man culture in a Jamaica that affects us in a
Mhm.
way from where from.
But what happened? We just don't have no identity. What is this? What does being Jamaican mean to you? When you in America, uno da foreign. When somebody said I'm Jamaican, what that connote in our mind? You know what that
In my
mean
mind,
about that person.
the first word that comes to mind when I say I am a Jamaican, it means that I'm resilient. I have
You're tough
developed
and you're hard and you
serious
bite.
resilience over
Mhm.
from my. There's nothing else that come to mind. I am proud. I'm resilient. That's it.
That's what comes to your mind.
My
When
personal mind.
when you interact with somebody who is not Jamaican and you say you're Jamaican, what do you want for them to think of
Do
you?
you remember? Do you remember the person just a while ago say, you make sure you tell your friend and say, my father police and something.
Yes, faith. Eh.
It's the same thing. It's a building of stay far from it becoming a Jamaican, pretty much. because
Okay.
we will fight you till the end.
Okay.
If
So
you
you
try
okay.
something, I am going to fight back no matter what, right?
Okay.
Because I have built up enough experience to know how to fight and to know how to fight back. And so that's all that is that good. I am also very proud to be a Jamaican because of
Proud of
all
what? Proud of
proud
not making
of
declarations. Proud that you don't have people fighting, boy getting locked up in school. Proud of
okay,
what?
so my prime minister or my leader of the opposition does not determine who I am.
Hmm.
When I say I'm proud, I am proud of just being born Jamaican, being able to say, hey, we have stood against the largest countries in the world in whatever the area the fields are, music, track and field, food, everything, just travel, everything. We have stood that firm against some of the biggest countries in the world, and we feel very, very proud to be able to say that I'm a Jamaican, that I'm a part of that little country that is that with that type of resilience. That's what this is for me. So pride, being prideful is a very important thing to me. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I hope that helped you.
Yeah, that kind of cloud it up a little bit. Um, being Jamaican, really and truly these days, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I know back in my grandmother days, being Jamaican for them had a sense of pride and fortitude and never giving up kind of attitude. But I don't know now that being Jamaican, when I say I'm Jamaican, if the first thing people not thinking, oh, she's a scammer.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You know, I shudder to think that despite my own intentions and how I feel about myself, that them probably saying, huh, scammer, huh? Yeah.
Well, you're right,
Mm.
because I remember back in the 80s, there were a lot of us in the diaspora who did not want to have anything to do with Jamaica,
Hmm.
right? There was a time when I used to drive around with a flag either on my visor or on my car somewhere that says Jamaican. And most people would ask me, what the hell, why would you do that? Why would you
Hmm.
do that? You want everybody, police to stop you because you are? And there was a time that many people in America did not want to be Jamaicans. It was a lot. And so if you I understand that by virtue of the scamming that's taking place now or has taken place over time, people don't want to. But yeah, I can relate to it very, very easily, whether it would be the Rastaman, because they once upon a time Rastaman used to be the
The conscience.
no, it is. But once upon a time
No,
it
Rasta, no,
used to
not no
be
conscience. Rasta man used to be the conscience of the country. On the conscience of being Jamaican. One time when Rasta man used to read and Rasta man inform and them know
no,
things.
and that's not what I'm saying though. I am
Oh,
saying that Rastaman was rejected
oh,
as part of the society. And
okay.
so we in the diaspora felt it, and they did not want, we did not want, not we, but some people did not want to associate with Jamaica because of the Rastaman culture. Everybody wants to be Rasta now. I remember the first time I was watching the Bill Cosby show in the late 80s and saw a guy put on his dreadlocks and faking at me. I said, what? Hold on, this is the Bill Cosby show. They're not supposed to have Jamaica on it. But it was really great as a stem, a spinning, a space from where, what do you call it?
Change.
Springboard. From,
Hmm.
it was really good because you start seeing dreadlocks in a bank, dreadlocks, and you say, bank, dread in a bank, that kind of thing. It started to turn around, and now
Yes.
it's kind of different.
All right, let me take some notes.
You
Um,
know.
Leo don't know the girls of today. Then say, Leo, no, no girl picking them today. Paulette says, being Jamaica depends on their background and how they are. Um, she says, I'm proud of being a Jamaican, regardless of all the issues they have. Juliet says, being Jamaican means for her hard worker, proud, respectful, damn proud to hold our black, green, and gold high. We lick about we tell her. Paulette says, Yes, Leo, I remember those days in the 80s when Jamaicans did not want to identify as one. Juliet says, yes, Mr. Lure, true, especially in South Florida. And Doreen Wallace joins and says, true. So what you want people to think when you introduce yourself as Jamaican these days, and how we going to get there? How we going
I
to get
think
there?
we're in life. I have learned. I've come to learn that in life there are two different paths. There are two different angles. There are two different aspects. There are two different in everything that we do. There's a yin and a yang. Yes, and
Hi, Leo. Go to hey, yin and yang in your own here.
and so we if we want to conduct ourselves in a way that that making the bad determine who we are, then that's our business. Because then you can go ahead and talk bad about Jamaica all day long and don't even know that there's so much good going on. Right? And so me, I recognize both parts. And I choose to speak about the bad if I want to, and speak about the good if I want to. But my life is determined by I and I alone. No matter what Jamaica is, I don't matter. I understand. So I can speak about the good and I can speak about the bad, and I understand it. But we have to recognize that there are two things going on, and no matter what, even when things are bad, good things are happening. It's just life. That's life.
Okay. Faith says, I don't like the Jamaican no problem slogan. It sounds like we're a group of careless people and idlers. Yes, Faith, I agree with you on that one. I mean, no, I mean, I can never figure out what
That
the
came
Jamaican
out
no
of
problem
that came
mean.
out of the beach, the selling the beach in Jamaica back in the
They
80s.
selling what?
Beach,
Beach.
travel. Yeah.
But it's problem because you can't go a beach and me can't go a beach. So that
Right.
is
No,
a
but back in
problem.
the 80s, that was what was selling in Jamaica. Selling Jamaica. That's how they sell Jamaica back in the 80s. Come and relax on the beach and drink red stripe and eat jerk pork. That's what they sold. Jamaica, no
Okay.
problem.
Well, at time then change because Jamaica is such a problem. Um, Mark Hay says, think about it. Greatness comes out of Jamaica. Look at Colin Powell or Kamala or Bolt or Mali, etc. Or just people who are achievers wherever they. Yes, Mark, I get it that we're achievers, but when people see you, what do you want for them to interpret when them introduced to you as a Jamaican? Hey, I'm Jamaican. What that mean? Hey, I'm American. Mean that I'm a gun toting, love, have freedom of speech, have regard for my constitution, and love my country. What does being Jamaican? When I say, hey, I'm Jamaican, I don't want. I tired of people singing Bob Marley song. I not know Bob Marley. Or I go to the gym and I say I'm Jamaican and my trainer start to cuss pure bad words. It has to be more than that
So are
because I
you
think it's so
asking
cool and
how do I identify myself? What it is
know
that
what you want people to think
I don't
when
really care how people think when I say I'm a Jamaican. I
no,
don't know
but
that I care.
it matters to me when my son says, hey, I'm Jamaican. What does that mean?
I hope that they can look at my life and say, ah, he's Jamaican. Ah, he's doing okay. Ah, he's setting example. Ah, he's doing something good for people. I hope that that's when they say I'm Jamaican, that they're saying, oh, he's opening opportunities for other people. That it doesn't matter whether I'm Jamaican or not
No, but I
to them.
want an identity. I want for us to have a culture that runs common to us wherever we're at. So when I say, "Hey, I'm Jamaican," that mean I don't. She don't stand for no foolishness. Oh, she's honest.
No, sir, I think that
That's
is
the
a
kind
problem.
of no, but that is
Because
the kind of culture. Our culture is so shredded. Our culture is so ripped apart
no,
that
because
we have no
if I
identity.
say I'm Israeli,
It
what
means that you're going to blow up the place. It means that when Sunday to Saturday come, you're going.
no.
Me
Diana,
I know how
you
you
say
find it
that
so
with a
funny.
straight face, and that's unfortunate.
But that's the first thing that comes to mind. So I worry because I say that somewhere along the line, Jamaica has lost its identity of being honest, hardworking people. Period.
I
Before
believe
anybody
that,
even add anything else, them just think honest, hardworking.
yeah,
Period.
but I think that is still there.
All
I
right.
think that is
Okay.
still
But
there
that is the
in
kind
our
of
teachers,
assurance that
our
I'm not getting from you. I ask and I'm not being assured that yes, it is still
no,
there.
but it doesn't have. It's going to be there in different sectors. So, for example, if you're a teacher
Mhm.
on on the international scale, people want you because you work hard. If you're a nurse, people want you because you work hard. If you're a singer or a cook, a chef, people want you because you work hard. So it's on in those areas, but those are not the areas that Jamaica sell. Jamaica sell tourism, and because it sells tourism, anything that goes wrong in the tourism sector is Jamaica, and that's the problem. So you're asking a question that is kind of hazy and here in a way because
No,
of
no, here's I'm here in no way. It's just straightforward. Um, Mark says, Juliet says we are human beings with a mind of our own and is
yes,
able to differentiate good from bad. Good.
absolutely,
Mark says at first meeting means I get some benefit of the doubt. We all want some benefit of the doubt to start a first
absolutely, we
meeting.
do.
Benefit of the doubt. Yes, it's a powerful thing, but you
It is.
want to swing that doubt one way or the other. Which way would you want the pendulum to swing? Lorna says, I'm proud to be a Jamaican. I don't own Jamaica, so I'm not responsible for all the things wrong in Jamaica. I'm a Jamaican. I want to represent all things good, Jamaica. Max says, at first meeting and someone learn I'm Jamaican, we need that positive benefit of the doubt. Hard work, achievement, integrity. Yes, I want that. Um, June says that we need to facilitate short voice notes. You play them during the discussion. I suppose it's easier than typing. Leo, June, you know you're bright. That's a brilliant move. Leo, how do we facilitate voice notes and then we can play it back on the thing?
Can I tell you this?
Yes.
How you go and play back voice note on this channel? That now go happen. No, June can come on the show anytime. Come voice your concern, June. Maybe send you the link and you come on. Your duster. Your duster.
June and another duster. No June, we're duster. Faith Graham says, but it's something that we ought to consider, Leo. Just like we can show a picture and share a thing. If somebody was to send us a voice note, we could share the screen and play that voice note. Probably is some technology that exists that
Yeah.
we have to wait till Michelle come. Michelle can figure that out. Michelle know them the
Michelle
things
now come. Michelle say, the time went by and I did not realize.
there. The girl
You have
that
a
do this.
responsibility to put this on your alarm on a Saturday morning that you're coming to the show at 10 o'clock. I am going to fire you. And then I'm going
No,
to
no,
fire
you
you
can't
too.
fire. No, 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 I'm not fire her because you're lucky me almost late too. Um, Faith says, food, beaches, theater, rivers, creativity to die. No pun intended. None
To
taken,
die.
Faith. To die. Quality of education, ambitious people. However, hold on to your handbag. Watch out for the
that sound like Spain. Stop it. Stop it.
watch out for the taxi man them as them don't know the road code. Them them can't read. And watch out for thief in bike man.
I was that. Jude said that.
No, it's Faith.
Fair.
Faith walks in warm this morning. Watch out for thief in Batman and the Tanner yard.
You
That's
know,
best.
when I landed in Spain the first time, this was 2013. The first time I went to Spain. Before, when we were coming off of the plane
Yes.
and you go on the bus, the first thing the people them said to us, be careful of pickpockets. I
Yes.
never forgot that. Because
Uh-huh.
right throughout our journey through Spain, everybody said the same thing. Be careful of pickpockets. That was a bad sell,
Mhm.
but it was realistic. And I held my wallet close to me. I zip it up.
Make sure you zip your play, zip up your hole under your bosom. You know, no bosom for drop it
Ah, sir.
Oh my gosh. Faith, I love that you should write a piece of poetry, Introduction to Jamaica. Um, as you land. Um, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, someone learned that you guys. Faith says that. Oh, Jude Browning says, "Good morning, all." Dana, unfortunately, that does not exist. When a man says that he's Jamaican, all people think of is someone with one bag of picnic. The woman, somebody with different baby fathers. That's how we are stereotyped. When we step away from that behavior, then we will have an identity. And anybody feel that way as June
You have to
supports?
know. I don't. I that's so unfortunate.
But perhaps it's true and real.
I don't know. I don't know. I remember America, Canada's first relationship with Jamaicans were men going there on a temporary work name again,
Work exchange, farm work.
farm work,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing in London. Those were our first experiences
Mm-hmm.
with and so their their attitude towards Jamaicans were they're mild mannered, they 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 take orders and they do hard work, pretty much, right? Today, when they come to America right now, I mean the embassy have to be very careful about who's coming. So they introduced this thing called DNA.
Call what?
DNA,
Oh, DNA.
because you can't come if your child does not belong to the father who
I have
filed
a
for the
problem
child.
with that though.
Eh?
I have a problem with that.
You have a problem with the DNA thing?
Yes. No, not necessarily with the DNA thing. I have a problem with if I choose to file for somebody and it's not my child. That is my business. If I can afford it,
No,
it's my
but
child.
there's a
And
law
so
here
what if
that you have to.
I have raised this child as my own for
But there's
10
a law
years?
here that tells you who your child is. So they have
No,
to
but
go back to the to the law.
Leo, we're not going to take on that. Let me read it.
But it's the same thing that we're talking about this morning. We're talking about how we reason the PM's words or the situation against the law, against what's
Yes,
there.
and I hear you, but
Yeah.
in if I choose to my filing for Joe. So I filed for Joe. I have raised Joe as my child from Joe born.
Mhm.
Cause me did take up Joe mother when she pregnant.
Mhm.
And I raise this boy and I go away. And I file for Joe. Joe is my child. I don't
No,
need no DNA to tell me that Joe not my pitney. I
not
know Joe is my
legitimately,
child.
not legally. He's not, unless
So, but I
you put
want to
through
file
the
for Joe. So
documents.
what do I do?
Unless you put through the documents to adopt him as his as
Oh, I
yours.
can adopt him. All right, fine.
Yeah. So you have to
All
you have
right,
to
then
follow
can
the
stop it.
rules. Yeah.
Judge Browning, talk about the stereotyping. Marva Wilson says, "Hi, Marva. Morning. Absolutely. People from different walks of life look at Jamaicans as hardworking people. June says she chicken. She have on her sarong. She must think says she are Indian. Leo, you need a technical staff. Yes, to talk about the voicemail thing. Talk to me here, Paulette. That's what I mean with the money.
I was wondering what that comment was about.
Doreen Wallace. I was raised by grandparents in the cool hills of let me read that again. I was raised by grandparents in the cool hills of Clarendon.
I
Self-respect.
have things in my ears, so I'm not hearing very well. No.
Hey, Doreen, which part of Clarendon? Self-love, respect, high achievers, and success is what I have learned. Being Jamaican is the greatest. If I should come back in another lifetime, please God, let it be Jamaican.
Sound
Woo!
like a
Lorraine said,
banana man.
woo! Paulette says, yes, lots of pickpockets in some countries in Europe. Yes, there is truth to that, says Paulette. Dr. Diana, you have to prove that you raised the child. Okay, and adopt him. All right, fine. No problem. All right. Got you. I can live with that. Um,
Glad.
Strange that I see some of the comments, but I don't see them on Facebook, but I see them in the restream.
Oh, you
Faith, I
do?
don't think that Facebook understands your writing, so it comes across to them strange, and so them and Paulette sends her lots of love and winking eye. Make she go on. Aye. So some of it don't turn up in there. What one to the one, Lawton? Oh, you know, come.
Um, for
Uh,
the guys who are, I don't think that we're seeing Valerie Richards comment on on um on what is it,
Restream.
YouTube.
But
Karen
Restream,
Valerie says good morning, Dan and Leo. So she does know
yay!
that there's me and you there. Karen Rose says good morning, Leo and Diana. Enjoy your weekend. Valerie says bigger boys would try to intervene, and oh, you did see that.
Yes, yes.
And then Valerie says
No, it
Leo.
was a girl. It was a girl. Hello. It was a girl who tried to intervene and said, "Don't do that.
Yeah,
Leave him
but
alone."
she's saying that when we were discussing, she was saying, in those days, that's what she said.
Okay.
Leo, police now have to be included in discipline because of seriousness of the beatings. All right, so I do understand that.
Oh,
Because of that,
oh
and I'm
yes, it did
sure
come
that
up.
you see this time,
Valley
I want
boys
to talk
have
with
to
you.
intervene. Yes, yes.
I,
Um,
as a result of this, I wanted to expose our team at Jamestown, the people who are teachers abroad and so forth, and probably who have left the classroom or weren't teachers back in Jamaica, but they are now, to the reality of a teacher's experience, a teacher who's working in Jamaica. And I've had several conversations with him every time I put a blog out, and he always comes back to children and who the children are, and then brings some realities to me that me said to myself, Jesus, I mean, I have to bring this to other people. So I asked him if he could spare an hour and come and talk to us, and he gladly said it. But when you listen to him, because he is the coach of volleyball team, the school's volleyball team, and he's been a winning coach for the past 10 years. And so, but when he talks, I have to listen. I have to just shut up and say, make him
when
talk
he
because
talks
he
about
talk
what?
just children and their relationships, children and the teachers, the relationship with teacher and administration. It is a children and their parents when the parents come on it is such a mind-blowing experience for me when he talks, and so I really had to share this, and I hope that he gets
So,
a
what are
chance to
some of
come on
these things that have blown your mind when he speaks about
speak
relationships in
about
schools?
who today's boys and girls are,
Mm.
and 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 how they relate to each other, how they they think or not think, and
Hmm.
and whether or not they have the capacity to resolve conflicts. They don't
Okay.
even think about resolving conflicts. They want the conflict to go on, that kind of thing. So we have to listen to him. I'm going to see if I can
Okay.
bring him on the show a
However,
little bit.
one day he can come and talk and share his experiences. Lorna, yes, call Lawton from me not understand how you know come. Um, okay, a lot of remains you were not on Facebook. Yes, on Facebook. Yes, I recognize that as well, June. Um, oh, not a funeral. Oh dear, tell him I say I miss him, but I hope that him nobody stay whole their funeral. Hey, you notice one new trend with funeral of foreign where them have full size print figure of the people them who dead in the place.
Huh?
It's a new trend.
No.
I don't see none in Jamaica yet. But a friend of mine who is into
They have a full
events,
size what?
cutouts of the deceased. You know how first time you just have one picture and you put it on in front, they have full length size of the life size cutout of the deceased.
You mean that way?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay,
So you
okay.
have one big, you see like this stand behind me, this thing. So you'd have probably have that the full length of me at the funeral. Rather than
Okay.
just one little picture of me stand up there, so you have me full size up there, so like you remember me.
So we can go take picture with you.
Yes, and you can all hug me up and so forth.
but,
Yeah.
but Jamaica has the fanciest funerals in the world. I mean, to me,
Me no see the fanciest burial.
I saw last week on a video where this woman, they turned the casket right side up, and
Uh-huh.
the woman in a wine pan the dead man.
I know Jamaica, that I know Jamaica.
Oh, you mean I know Jamaica?
I know Jamaica. Mm-mm, I don't want nobody for things that we do them things there, Jamaica. It is not Jamaica, Leo.
Ah! So
Cannot
the
be.
light, the body was
Mhm.
upright,
Yes.
and you could see the dead man in the
Eh,
thing. And she go in front of the coffin and I wind up.
No,
Buju
man, that had no respect for the dead.
yeah, Buju Banton songs, you know.
No,
Try
man.
don't stop at all.
You should have just come out of there and see how who would have stopped. They would have catch her lens down. Um, June says she's seen it live at a funeral. You've seen it, June? And no, this thing is crazy. Valerie says these children today have very little problem solving skills. Yes, they're not critical thinkers. And I think somewhere along the line, is it because we have not allowed them? We've always been solving their problems as soon as something happens to them. We think that, oh, let me just fix this. Why is
No,
it that
I
they
don't
don't have
think
any
that.
problem solving skills? Or them don't play games that require them to solve problems so them don't know how to figure things out? Or they're just not patient? What is it?
Parents,
Why Valerie?
parents,
Parents.
parents.
Yeah, me always say at the yard. Everything start at the house. It
It's
start
the
at
other
yard.
one. Yeah,
Then I have no
I
yard
remember,
nowadays.
I remember my mother come to my school one time in my life, Man, I fret, I fret, I fret, I fret, I fret. And all she was coming to do was to give me something. It was like, when they say, Leo,
Your
come
mother
on,
come
come.
beat you at church,
Man, I don't know
beat
what
you
to
at
do
school.
myself. You know? The woman
Tell you,
can't
you
lunch
start think
money
about
come.
all the things where you do bad at yard and where you never. She come beat you.
But today, when parents come to the school, I charge them one, come charge upon the teacher, I punch them one, come punch them out.
When
So yeah,
parents come at school nowadays, a teacher are fret.
yeah, make teacher fret. Yeah, yeah,
Last
absolutely.
time my mother come at school, me did fret. Me not
It's like
telling a lie
when,
because me did get suspended and never did for that school. Mm. And she just turn up,
oh,
mash up my style.
I hope that our Jamaica will at least can create a path for our children. I don't know when it will happen because the mentality is no longer where children are looking. And maybe, just maybe, that we're looking at a small fraction of students who are causing this kind of problem. Just like out in society, crime is really among a small segment of people, but it's so big that it seems like the whole country I go be robbed and shoot, shot and killed, right?
Well, Leo, if
And
you're watching news and hear how much people get shot every day and how much murderation and everything, it's not no small sectors of it. If you look at how diverse and far flung the bullies and all the things, who would have thunk it that at Catholic College of Mandeville, I would have experienced a stabbing that led to somebody dying. This is something that you read about, but you don't envision in your space. So when you see that in that institution, and then when you see down in St. Mary or Portland or something else, it's
why
not
you have
just
to
a
call
small
St. Mary?
thing.
I hope you're going to say something good about St. Mary.
No, but I have to
But
tell
if
you
you
this.
think about it though, Diana,
There was a baptism taking place in a river down at St. Mary. Did you see it?
what is wrong with baptism?
Nothing is wrong except the pastor got washed away. And the woman who was being
When,
baptized almost drowned. Leo, you have to see the video. It's not no joke me making.
Diana, how long has Catholic College of Mandeville been in existence?
30 years.
Proud, right?
30
Proud 30
years.
years. All
Yes.
right. How much time has somebody died, killed somebody on the campus?
Once.
And, and
But I
that
take
one
no
time,
comfort in it.
that one time make the whole 30 years just go down the line like that.
Almost.
You see what I talk about? So the thing is, I am thinking that these individual incidents are causing us issues across the country, across the world.
But
Individual
Leo,
issues.
what I'm saying is that whilst it would seem so, there are too many of these one-off in
Look,
30
look, look,
years
look,
Catholic
look,
College of Mandeville instances
look what
across
faith
the
said.
society.
Look what
Eh?
faith said. Look what faith said.
What faith say? Lana says there's a cemetery in Jamaica that full size cutout pictures. Oh, Faith, a pastor couldn't cross it. Pastor couldn't cross it, Faith. Oh gosh. Valerie says it is very widespread with the students having no fear or respect for themselves or anyone else. That is it. And let me tell you, let me clarify. You see that incident at CCM? It was unfortunate,
Very.
very unfortunate, because the young man who committed the act, who is alleged, is somebody who you would not, he's had his challenges, but since his association with our campus, the boy has had no issue with nobody. Let me tell you, there is no staff member who can honestly say this boy has been a problem.
And he lock up in get lock up on child.
Yes, and get
And
locked up. But let me tell you, it is, it goes back to family. It go back to family. Everything go back to family. All right. Valerie says it's very widespread with the students having no fear or respect for themselves or anyone else. Replying to Faith, the one Juliet, she take on Faith. No, he could not cross it. Judge Brown, she jumping at it. I saw the video of the pastor. The cameraman gave me anxiety. Me not telling you a lie. It was frightening. Judge, it was frightening. And
was it?
anybody else see the
No,
video?
man. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Leo, let me tell you, it was frightening because somebody said me this baptism, and I said, "Oh, baptism," and I stopped. And then she said, "Did you watch it, Diana?" I said, "No." She said, "Watch it." He said, "When me watch it and see what was happening," I said, "No, sir." And like everybody there, they said them can't swim. We need
Diana,
to have.
please tell me what the story is about. You
No,
can't
Leo,
just
you have to watch it.
what? No.
The pastor baptizing this lady.
Yes.
The pastor have another person in there. So let us say it's the elder and the pastor. I mean, I know what it is.
Yes.
So elder and pastor, and you have one other lady who probably she's a lady who probably carried this other woman into church. So she out there shepherding the soul, and the soul put on the head wrap. You could observe that the water was a little bit dirty, but you figure say it's probably the same. You notice that one of the elder was like him boxing away the dirt, him trying to clear the water, or he was creating a whirlwind because him just kept going round and round, so in the water, round and round. So, um, and they're praying and thing, and then put the towel over the head, and then them going to baptize her back ways. So them go down, but them don't go all the way, and them have to carry her back because she never hold her breath, and so she was afraid. So them carry her back forward and said to her she must hold her breath when they carry her back again. Them try dip her again, still not dip her. So, Leo, remember, say we can't
Okay,
show
Diana, I'm
no
gonna see
videos
if I can
because
bring this on.
yeah,
Let me bring it
we
on. Okay,
can't show
hold
it
on.
because Facebook I go block it.
No, no music on it. No music on it, right? All right, here we go. Is
You
this
don't
it?
need nobody else
No,
come tell you.
I know that the one.
Education
When I
is
use
no,
the
start a while ago,
surest
where did it go?
passport to a good future.
no.
Hold on. Pastor got washed away. I just saw it a while ago. Where did it go?
Anyway, people can go look at it.
Hold on.
Scandalous. Lord.
Pastor Drone. Here it is.
The
Yes,
challenge you ever go through. You are going to
That's
face
it, right?
more like this.
yes.
It's going to be the biggest challenge. And the biggest task this you ever face.
Hey!
No, I
See the
can't. I
pastor
can't play
gone
no.
now.
I'm
You see the
sorry.
pastor gone. Pastor gone now.
I can't. I can't play the drone in at all. I can't do that
No,
at all.
no, you can't do that. And we never even see the droning because the person,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
worried.
So, oh my God.
So let me tell you, it was frightening. I had to stop it, and like I said, all right, fine, let me watch it again. And I go back because I said, no, this just didn't just happen. And so many people around them were saying she was afraid and probably never prepare her enough. You see, thousand things me want to say about this. If she was baptizing in a Catholic church where she has the option to either dip in a pool, go a riverside, or make somebody wash it around her head, pastor would have alive, everybody would have alive. Eh? But Caragana River in
Diana,
the middle of this.
that's a marketing tactic for the Catholic Church.
No, but I am being logical. If she was at a Anglican baptism or a Methodist baptism, she would have the water pour upon her, and she would have been fine with her God, and Parson wouldn't did it. Wouldn't have to, and Parson
So
would
what?
still be
I
there.
lick the girl, lick him down?
No,
Or
I don't know. The river seemed to have been coming down because the river kept getting higher and higher. By the time the video finished, you could see that the water was much higher. So I think that the water came down with a rush. Pastor perhaps lost his footing. Um, in fact, when they when them depart the first time, and like one of the elders losing footing, and somebody says, "Stand on your foot, stand on your foot," you know. So, oh my gosh! But let me tell you, it wasn't easy, and I pray for his family.
I see.
Condolences to all of those who had to endure that, who viewed that, who experienced that sad thing. Um, but did pastor really survive? No, one of the pastors didn't. Water was dirty. Yes, and I think during the sight of the water being dirty told you that the water was coming from wherever the water flows from. And they should have been really more mindful. Claudette Allen says, "Did Pastor really survive?" I don't think so. The lady who was being baptized, somebody rescued her because she was going away too. And somebody who could swim jumped in, rescued her, and pulled her back. But the poor
Okay,
pastor
what's
seemed
the
to have
learning
gone.
around this, Diana?
Huh?
What
That
is
we
the
need to learn to swim as a nation. Two, we need to understand the culture of our country and understand the spaces that people use for whatever purposes. Because if somebody understood the Wagwater River, they would have recognized that the water is dirty, meaning that there is rain up somewhere and the river is coming down and they should get out of it. Those are my takeaways from it. One, we need as a nation to be deliberate about
any
learning
biblical
to swim,
takeaway?
and two, that they need to understand the spaces that they're in. The water dirty means something is wrong. No rain or fall with them there, but the water dirty, that means there is disturbance coming. As the water continue to rise, people need to take safety more with more
Why would you dip
concern.
somebody in a dirty water?
But it probably used to the water not being so clear. But as it
No,
continues to
man.
get,
Wagwan River clear all the time.
oh well, see that them don't understand them space. So people need to understand it. There's another washaway where they were trying to cross up at Castleton Gardens or somewhere in that space, and them
It's the
got
same
washed
water. It's the same
because
river.
because they don't understand they don't understand the area. People need to understand so that them can cross it. You have to know it to cross it.
Diana, take some comments. I really
Um,
want you are such
Doreen
a
says,
dry
Pastor
commentator.
practice
A
dip and fall
storyteller.
back.
Dry eye. You're a dry eye storyteller. You
I
understand?
That's a
Okay.
good thing, I hope. Pastor Doreen says Pastor did need to practice dip and fall back. Dip and fall back. Faith says sins are wash away. Sins wash away for true. Jude says when she did not dip, that was a clue for the pastor to stop. Yes, because she's afraid.
Because
Faith
they want
Brown,
dip.
some of them would have drawn either way. It takes a teaspoonful. That's true. River just never approve. Yeah,
River.
River never approve. Faith,
Well,
go back.
I
Faith, go
want to
back to your
hear.
bed.
I
Faith, go
want to
back to your
hear
bed.
the other side of all of this. Just like she said, the river never approved. What else can we draw from this experience from a religious standpoint or a non-religious standpoint? What is it? What are we taking away from here?
I tell you what my takeaway is. People need to understand where their space is.
That is not religious.
Not religious. People need to understand their space and I mean their community. So
Yeah, that's scientific.
the water is not usually dirty. So
Yes, it's
someone
not.
coming into there as a pastor to baptize somebody should say, "This is strange. It's not raining. It is dirty. That means that the river is coming." I have read stories written by other Caribbean writers outside of Jamaica who speak of the river coming down and this lady washing away because though it wasn't raining there, they saw the dirty water coming and they knew that they needed to get out. And this
But,
lady went back to retrieve her
from
petticoat and
from
wash
a
out.
public health standpoint,
Don't go
why
in dirty
would you be
water.
dipping somebody in a dirty water? Because I noticed
No
that
wonder
the
do
water was dirty.
exactly. Exactly.
Yes. So that was did the pastor really survive? It says that the pastor drowned. Claudette.
Yes. Lorna Hamilton shares with me new grave style in Jamaica with the large, yes, with the large cutout figures of the people who died. No, see, Lorna is sure said this at Jamaica. We can't show it, but it's no, sir, foolishness. Can you tell me what happened? Paulette, she still asked for somebody to tell her what happened. Paulette is over the Paulette. Oh, oh,
Then I just
Doreen. Claudette says this
sins. Oh,
pastor.
here goes. Faith says sins are washed away. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
sins are washed away.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Paulette Chambers says she got the video, but she did not watch the whole thing. Did Pastor really survive? Claudette asking. Claudette, me no know. Me pray so. Doreen says Pastor did need to practice, yes, the dip and fall back. Um, it's not even. It's hard to swallow. It's hard to watch, and it's unfortunate.
I am
But
actually laughing not about
yeah,
the loss, because that's a
yes,
major loss for
yes.
somebody. So sorry about that. I'm laughing because of Diana and her storytelling. Okay, all right, okay.
All right, may I
So
stop tell story. Um, so Doreen said just ja works, you know.
yeah,
I can't swim, so just sprinkle water on my forehead. Lana made up on that with you. Swim or no swim, just sprinkle it. We safer. So, Paulette says that's creepy. Yes, they could have used a blow up pool. Yes, they could have used one blow up pool. So many other
especially
ways that
because
they
the
could have.
water is dirty from a public health standpoint. I wouldn't want to be baptized in a dirty water. That doesn't sound.
Mm.
That doesn't look like a holy water to me.
Jude says utilize common sense. The lady should have said, "Let's do this another day."
Yeah.
Maybe she felt pressured by the religious leaders.
She just
Probably
didn't want to put her head under the dirty water.
yeah, she said, but she,
That's what I'm
yes,
saying.
water dirty.
Yeah.
No man, person should have recognized that and see that. Um,
I can't imagine that just that caused the pastor to drown.
no, I think that there's a rush of water that just disturbed his footing, and him just lost his footing. You know,
That's
because
rough.
the water must have come down in a rush.
That's rough.
Any birthday greetings? We've spoken about things far and wide. We never talk about the people them eating the pets over in
Yeah, I
the
mean, we
US.
talk about that. I mean, we can share. We didn't even talk about P Diddy either, and Diddy
Yes,
gonna.
P Diddy gone to prison. Him going cut a song
Listen,
while him
there's
in
been so
prison.
much stories on Diddy since he's been, and you wonder where are all these stories? Where were they before? Right?
So why them lock
So,
up Diddy?
huh?
Why them lock up P Diddy?
1,000 bottles of oil.
He trafficking people? He
Diana,
traffic? No,
that-
serious
that-
because I really don't know.
it's a lot of no, it's a lot of people crime. There's trafficking,
Okay, so it's
there's
trafficking.
sexual crimes, there's
Okay,
he's tied up people and locked them away inside his house and all that
okay,
stuff. Whatever
okay.
different things, yeah.
Slavery.
But my point is, I have never seen a picture of Diddy and Jay-Z in the way that I saw it this week. I even heard, what's the name of the guy again? This dancing singer, I think, like him, the coming of Michael Jackson. What's his name again?
Usher.
Usher, right?
Hmm.
Usher saying that as a 13-year-old kid, he was invited to a party and he witnessed some things inside of this party that changed in life. And he called names of people that were in the party. He said these things were not normal, you know? I've seen pictures, and I wonder about, for example, Jay-Z. Isn't Jay-Z married to Beyonce?
Hmm.
Is that the same person we're talking about?
Hmm. That's Jay Z.
All right, okay, so what the relationship that I see online between Jay-Z and P. Diddy, how is Beyonce taking all of this?
It must be hard for her. Juliet says, "Me no want hear about no nyamming of no pet." Jude says trafficking cross state lines to traffic. Okay, so that's
Yeah,
the that's the reason why he's being locked up.
yeah, it's a
But
federal
what
thing.
Jay
That's
Z
why he
have
was
to do with it?
indicted.
Why are you calling Jay Z name?
I s- Listen, AI can do a lot of things,
Okay, so they're making a relationship,
but I
no
don't. They
relation.
were actually kissing,
Okay.
so I don't know if it's an
What is
AI.
AI? That a foolishness. Dalvis May says, "Good morning, all."
That is
Juliet
just a come
said, "Yeah,
when we
we
have
don't know
come
what
off.
to do there." Mhm.
But he's
But
but I
Juliet
saw
says,
a
"Let's
video of
fix the
Mike
future."
Tyson, and Mike must have known about Diddy. Yeah, a
Mhm.
video of Mike Tyson where they were being interviewed on television. I think it's Dave Letterman was interviewing them, and Dave asked a question, and let's Mike's this is Mike me Mike this is Mike, and Diddy sits here, and Diddy has his hand between him and Mike, but touching Mike's thigh.
Mhm.
And in the video, Mike took Diddy's hand, and moved it back over upon Fim on a leg, on Diddy's leg, and said, keep it over there. And then him get up and shift, and now face Diddy instead of sitting next to him. And that was just killing.
think that's
I,
homophobic.
I, I don't know.
Too much homophobia. Let me tell you, I have no problem with people's orientation. And if
I, I,
man sit down and I talk and I have a conversation and my hand touch upon Michelle hand, me not expect Michelle to take out my hand and put it back nowhere else because
I'm
of that.
just saying, if these kid things are happening, I had no clue that these pictures was out there. I didn't know
Okay,
that
so they
these things,
just
people
put it
were
in.
having problems with Diddy in that way. I didn't know that.
Well, left Diddy, make Diddy stay.
That's true. That's
Um,
true. That's true.
David says working for my honest bread, so I don't have to eat cats and dogs. Hey, man, Dalvis, so yeah, talk about Juliet says she don't want to hear nothing about no eating of cats and dogs here. Faith says, boy, as talented, accomplished, and pretty as these women are, Beyonce, Halle Berry, seems these men just cannot be satisfied. Oh my gosh, Leo, you're sure on a deep fake images? Yeah.
Could be,
Jude
but
says Dr. D seems that there's a lot of corruption in the music industries. My thoughts are that Diddy is just a rung on that corruption ladder. Probably.
well,
Juliet,
you remember the guy named Cat Williams. You know Cat Williams?
no, me no know cat.
Oh, Cat Williams has been speaking about Diddy in these ways for the longest time, and nobody believed him. One of the biggest interviews ever in the history of social media was Cat Williams being interviewed by Shannon Sharp earlier this year. And Shannon said, he never makes so much money in life for one video. And he talked about Diddy and all of these guys around Diddy, and who was wearing dress for what. And it was just amazing. And his words come to pass. Nobody really was hearing it. Nobody was listening to him. And
Juliet says, Dr. Diana, the construction people are still around. I'm here in construction nights. Me there, the construction does get higher and higher and higher. Me living for it at 7 o'clock, from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock every day except Sundays. The Chinese people them busy build one apartment building where me can't even show you. Me
yes,
take out the camera
there
to
is a video
sun.
about 50 cents that is coming out, and it's bought by, I think it's Netflix or one of those media companies, and it should be released. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear all of this stuff. It's interesting because you just see people and you see them rich and they're doing good and so forth, but you don't know what the stories are behind it. And I don't have any ill feelings towards Diddy. That's in life. But if he committed a crime, I'll tell you this: if he committed a crime, then he just go and pay for it. That's the whole thing. If he committed a crime, and they can prove it, but the fact that he's indicted, here's the deal: indictment is a federal action, and they would not bring an indictment on him unless they have strong, overwhelming proof. And because you don't just get indicted. They have watched him and gathered information and all kind of videos and audio and everything, and have a case that they're going to wrap up. That's the way the federal government works. So
Um,
if he's indicted, he's in trouble, and he did not get bail. He didn't. I don't think he didn't get bail. I think they slammed the bail.
um, so Jude says, check out. I was trying to show you guys the construction that is taking place. So yes, I can see it when I'm up in this space upstairs here. Faith says Cat Williams bus pond did a long time. Valerie says Diddy being arrested is the beginning of a lot of secrets to be revealed. Ooh.
Yes.
Doreen says you never the one during scandals, you never know how pastor get him color. Well, clearly enough his swimming class.
Same thing. Same thing here.
Claudette says, where is this construction? Where are you, Dr. Dianna? Look here. Thank you, Dr. Dianna, for the
Listen,
little.
we can't answer that question there because then in a hiding right now, and because somebody want do a thing and thing and thing, so Diana has to protect ourselves. So we can't answer that one right now.
Sufficient to say that I'm in Jamaica, Claudette. But guys, it's almost that time. Anybody birthday greetings? We have 5 minutes. I may have one little piece of poem book for read with my bare face self.
You can read and me can't sing. Oh, you can read and me can't sing. How can I think that?
Well, sing. No, Leo, you sing a true for me always I read. Where you go sing? Sing something.
Where you want me to sing?
Hey, tell Leo I must sing quick then.
Me can't sing today. My voice is too good.
No, do your voice. Sing. You're too
Tomorrow, when we see me on the church.
No. People are here today who's not on tomorrow. And I say you're to sing. Sing something.
The Bob Marley.
Yes, sing a Bob. I sing a Buju.
Me just don't sing one Buju. Driver! Don't stop at that. But no, tomorrow I want to come back, no man. And Diana, I beg Diana to come on the show for a long time and she won't come.
Tomorrow is Sunday.
Let me see if we can get. Hey, when you like the show, like my singing show, because it was pretty popular.
You do a singing show on Sundays, Leo. What time? I tell you, last week I had graduation and I couldn't
was
come.
very popular right here on Jamaicans.com.
All right, so tomorrow what time? So everybody
3 o'clock tomorrow.
3 o'clock tomorrow. That's 2 o'clock my time.
2 o'clock your time.
My piece just a boil down.
You at church?
No, me go church early. Me Catholic.
Oh. But that's the one thing I like with Catholic church now. You don't have to be there more than an hour. 1 hour and you're done. When you have to go Pentecost church and then 9 o'clock.
that church at 2 o'clock and you must
from
be hungry.
From 8:39 morning and then 2 o'clock, you get hungry. And I tell the story all the time. And I don't think that I can handle that at all anymore. I just want to go, somebody says something and you come out. That's it.
It's more than that. But what time you're on tomorrow at 3 o'clock? In this very same space?
I won't be on Jamaicans.com. I will be on all the other spaces. Instagram.
YouTube?
Yes.
What's the YouTube link? What's the name of the YouTube?
I don't know. It only appears.
So look for Leo. Look for Leo on on YouTube 3 o'clock tomorrow. Look for Leo Gillen and see if you find it.
Yeah.
And
then, just come to my profile and you'll see me, definitely, for sure.
Your profile where? On YouTube?
Facebook or on Instagram.
Okay, Facebook.
Right. Okay.
So you're on Facebook, but just not on Jamaicans.com.
Jamaicans.com, right.
Okay, fabulous.
Tuesday nights I'm on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Jamaicans.com.
So Juliet says, thanks for the look of view. Faith says it's Jamaica. She can't get out her address. Thanks, Faith. She says, thanks. I didn't know it is Jamaica or some other place. Okay. I said, no, man. She never expected that.
She wanted to know exactly what your address is. I'm not tell her.
She not Claudette, not take him out of here, making clear. Faith says, mind them drown you. Great show. Thanks, Mark says. So, guys, that's it.
No, you go and read the play.
Journey, and it's from Encounters. It's Encounters by Easton Lee. Until I have Faith's collection next week, I'll read something from Faith. It says, Journey. I have walked with loneliness and despair, held hands with temptation, trouble and fear, seen danger and terror, flirted with evil, listened to the devil and looked death straight in the face, heard all manners of sound and voices that entice, but above all that noise, confusion, I've heard his calm voice calling, entreating, forgiving, now reconciled. I am his favorite child again.
That's short and nice.
It's short and nice. I thought
Very,
it
very
was. When I read
nice.
it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so short and nice.
So,
Oh,
he's been, you know, as I said earlier, that life has two different sides, good and bad and all this.
yes.
And he's been in the face of evil. I think Easton is giving his perspective and what, because you don't write a poem just out of clear blue sky.
No.
You
And
write a
like the
poem.
title says, journey. And I think
Yeah,
for me, it identifies with every person. Every
yes,
person here can feel it. I
yes,
have walked with loneliness and despair,
yes,
held hands with temptation, trouble, and fear,
yes.
seen danger and terror, flirted with evil, listened to the devil, and looked death straight in the face.
But,
Every aspect of it.
but,
Yes.
though that exists,
Yes.
you ought to know, say to yourself, all of these negative stuff, those do not define who I am.
Yes.
I have to know, look at what it is that I can do to enhance my life, even
Yes.
throughout all of those things. And I
Yes.
leave that with you today.
Yeah, and it ends on that note that is encouraging, says, but above all that noise and
Yeah,
confusion, I have heard his calm voice
yes,
calling. And
yeah,
sometimes it's just your inner conscience, that is really
yeah, man.
appealing to you, or the
Yeah.
calm recollection of a family member who would encourage you, or some grandparents whose voice you hear,
Or your own voice,
or
your
your
own
own inner
voice of
voice.
reasoning. Yeah,
Yes, calling, entreating, forgiving.
yeah.
I love it.
All
Gods,
right.
I love that piece. Journey,
Respect.
Easternly. It's been a great
Ladies and
morning.
gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great. I always enjoyed being here with Dianna.
Hold
You
on,
can,
hold on. Let me read all the notes that people have said. You can't run away yet.
Dianna can chatting,
Um,
can chatting, can chat. Jesus.
Market says, great show. Thanks. Fern Francis came on. Oh my gosh. She says, greetings. Lovely show. Thanks, Fern. Doreen Wallace says, um, oh gosh, great show. Have a blessed week. Faith says, lovely poem. Akins, Maureen says, first time watching, enjoying, love the lady, authentic mannerism. Ah, thank you.
And what about
About Leo.
you
Eh,
come back next week and you see?
Maureen, part I think that you have to bless up Leo too. Jude says, bless you guys. Valerie says, great show, great poem of encouragement. Jude says, thank you, Dr. Diana, for the reading. Mr. Leo, please have a great day. Tata says, Claudette. Faith says, metaphors paint such a vivid picture of
Absolutely.
experience, reliable. Love it, the human touch. These are a whole lot of things. You're welcome. Great show. Replying to Lorna Blackwood, happy 49th birthday to my firstborn, Karen. And have a